That is he, the Argus whom I hate, the stern guardian of her whom I adore.
In short, is there not something wonderful in the corruption of manners nowadays?
I should like to address him, if I can get a chance, and try to strike up an acquaintance with him. Sir!
Instead of seeing the severity prevailed in which so admirably formed virtue nowadays, uncontrolled and imperious youth were about to sin.
He does not seem to doubt it. Perhaps Ron is blindsided. Let us trust his rights.
I must go away from this place. Here in town only produces me. What was that? Thought I heard a sound. Thank heaven, in the country the fashionable follies do not offend my eyes.
Speak to him.
My ears tingle. Do you bow to me?
Go up to him.
There are no coxcombs. What the deuce? Another? What's a great many bows? Stop at this exit!
Sir, my accosting you disturbs you.
That may very well be!
But yet, the honor of your acquaintance is so great a happiness, so exquisite a pleasure, that I had a great desire to pay my respects to you.
Well?
And to assure you without any deceit, that I am wholly at your service.
I believe it.
I have the advantage of being one of your neighbors, for which I thank my lucky fate.
That is all right.
But sir, have you not heard the news going around at court and thought to be reliable?
What does this have to do with me?
True, but may we be sometimes anxious to hear it? Will you go and see the magnificent preparations for the birth of our dauphin, sir?
If I should feel inclined.
Confess that Paris affords us 100 delightful pleasures, which cannot be found elsewhere. Provinces are a desert in comparison. How do you pass your time?
On my own business.
Mine demands relaxation, and occasionally gives way by too close attention to serious occupations. What do you do in the evening before going to bed?
What I please.
Countless. No one could speak better. The answer is just, and it seems common sense never to do what does not please us. If I had not thought that you were too much occupied, I would drop in on you sometimes after supper.
Your servant.
What do you think of that eccentric fool?
His answers are abrupt and his reception is churlish.
Oh, I'm enraged. What for? Why am I enraged? To see her I love in the arms of that savage, a watchful dragon, whose severity will not permit her to enjoy a single moment of liberty.
This is just what is in your favor. Your love ought to expect a great deal from these circumstances. Noted for your encouragement that a woman watched is half won, and the gloomy ill temper of the husband follows have always promoted the affairs of the gallants. I intrigue very little, for that is not one of my accomplishments. I do not pretend to be a gallant, but I have such a score of such sportsmen who often used to tell me it was their greatest delight to meet with such churlish husbands, who never came home without scolding, downright brutes who, without rhyme or reason, criticize the conduct of their wives in everything, and proudly assume the authority of their husband court them for the eyes of their admirer. One knows, they would say, how to take advantage of this. The lady's indignation at this kind of outrage on one hand, and the considerate compassion of the lover on the other. Before pushing that is far enough. In a word, the surlessness of Isabella's guardian is a circumstance sufficiently favorable for you.
But I have not had one chance to speak to her in the 4 months that I have ardently loved her.
Love quickens people's wits. Though it has little effect on yours. If I had been...
Why? What could you have done? For no one ever sees her without that brute. In this house there are neither maids nor menservants whom I might influence to assist me by some alluring temptation, some reward.
Then she knows not yet that you love her?
It is a point in which I am not informed. Whether the church with this fair one, she always saw me like a shadow behind her. My looks daily tried to explain the violence of my love. My eyes have spoken much, but who could tell whether, after all, that language could be understood?
It is true that this language may prove obscure if had not writing or speech or its interpreter.
What am I to do to rid myself of this vast difficulty, and to learn whether the fair one has perceived that I loved her? Tell me some means or other.
This is what we must discover. Let us go inside to better think it over.
Changed, the name Alceste has become a Ariste.
A diabolical work.
And Moliere himself no less diabolical.
A fiend in human shape.
Atheist.
A blasphemer.
Deserving of exemplary punishment.
And in the most absolute terms, he should be damned to all eternity.
And no arguments about it.
The better the play, the more harm it does.
Vulgar,
Immoral!
beneath contempt,
An unmitigated
a
failure!
scourge of public vice,
Such barbarities of style!
slipshod construction.
Such neologisms!
Oh. I'm sorry. Your heart is screaming like this. Isabella!
That should be merely offended if a man looks at her. Isabella!
I fear that my lover, full of his passion, has not understood my message rightly. Since I am so strictly guarded, I must risk which shall make my meaning clear.
Here I am, returned again.
Well,
Your words brought their full purpose. I have done his business. You wanted to deny that his heart was touched, but when I told him I came from you, he stood immediately dumbfounded and confused. I do not think he will come here anymore.
oh, what is it you tell me? I much fear the contrary, and that he will still give us more trouble.
And why do you fear this?
You had hardly left the house when, going to the window to take a breath of air, I saw a young man at yonder, turning, who first came most unexpectedly to wish me a good morning on the part of this impertinent man, and then threw right into my chamber a box. A box. A box. Enclosing a letter. Sealed like a love letter. I meant at once to throw it back at him, but he had already reached the end of the street. I feel very much annoyed.
Just see his trickery and rascality.
It is my duty, quickly, to have this box and letter sent back to this detestable lover. For that purpose, I need some money. For I dare not venture yes.
On the contrary, darling, it shows me all the more your love and faithfulness. My heart joyfully accepts this task. You oblige me more than I can tell.
Take it then.
Well, let's see what he has dared to say to you.
Heaven! Take care not to open it.
Why so?
Would you have him believe that it is I? A respectable girl ought always refuse to read the letters a man sends her. The curiosity which it thus betrays shows a secret pleasure in listening to gallantries. I think it right that this letter be returned to Valet unrepentant, so that may the better learn this day the great contempt which my heart feels for him, so that his passion may from this time lose all hope, and nevermore attempt such a transgression.
Of truth, she is right in this. Well, your virtues charm me as well as your discretion. I see my lessons have... Excuse me, darling. Doreen! Water! A bit harsh this evening. Yes, I see my lessons have borne fruit in your mind.
Still.
Hurry up. You expect me to bring the glass back there myself?
Still, the lecture is in your hands.
No, far from it. Your reasons are too good. I go to acquit myself of the task you impose upon me. I have a few words to say quite near, and will return hither to set you at rest.